Welcome to my channel. This is Grace Manzie here. In this video, I'll be showing you how to draft a pattern for your ladies' trousers. Enjoy the video. You are going to need your tape measure, your curved rulers, a pair of scissors, a pen and a marker pen, a short and a long ruler for straight lines. I normally use this just to square the lines. And you also going to need your pattern paper, 2 pieces. Okay, you start by drawing 2 lines on your pattern paper, a horizontal line which is going to act as your waistline. So I'm going to put W for waistline, and then this vertical line is going to be the outer seam. That's where we are going to see our trousers length. So from here, I'm going to mark waist to hip, take that measurement and mark it on the vertical line. Mine is 10, so I'm going to mark here. And then also, I'm going to mark the waist to crouch measurement, 14 inches in my case. My waist to thigh measurement is normally 3 inches below the waist to crouch, so it's going to be here at 17 inches. Okay, and then my waist to knee measurement is 22 inches. Okay, so you're going to mark the waist to knee, and then the last measurement is going to be the waist to the ankle. Okay, mine is 40, right? So I'm going to mark here. That's waist to ankle. Okay, once you've done that, the next thing you're going to do is to square lines. Okay, right? That's my waist to hip measurement. Okay, and then I mark it hip. Okay, then square another line here. Okay, that's my crouch measurement. I'll just mark it crouch line, CL, and that's the thigh measurement right there, waist to thigh. Okay, square a line and mark it TL for thigh line, and then the waist to knee. Okay, square a line and mark knee line, and then finally the waist to ankle. Okay, 22 inches in my case, and then I square another line. Now after drawing the horizontal lines, you come to the hip line. Okay, divide your hip measurement by 4. Mine is 13. Okay, so I mark here, right on the hip line. I mark the same on the crouch line. Okay, 13 inches, and then same on the waistline, 13 inches. And then I go ahead and draw a straight line connecting the 3 points. Okay, now for the waistline measurements, you start measuring from this line here, going outwards. Okay, so my waistline is 36 divided by 4 is 9. Okay, you put a mark here, plus ½ inch is, okay, it becomes 9.5. Okay, and then plus 1 inch for the dart, it comes to 10.5, okay? So you mark here, right? So after marking there, you take your curved ruler and draw a curve connecting that line to the hip line, okay? So you can see properly what I'm doing. There you go. Okay. So the next thing you are going to do is to work on the crouch. So you go to the crouch line, right? So you divide this distance from here to there, which is 13 inches divided by 4, and you get 3.25 in my case. So using your own measurement, divide this line by 4 and put that measurement here. Mine is 3.25, so I put 3.25 from here, okay, like that. My 3.25 is here, okay, and then I put a mark here, right? So after marking there, I can now go ahead and draw the crouch curve, okay? You can either do it freehand or you can use your French curve or any of your curved ruler, okay? I think it's easier with the ruler, like that. Okay, it's starting to take shape now, right? The next thing you are going to do now is to get the midpoint of this line here, from the crouch there, crouch mark, up to the outer seam here, okay? Get the midpoint by folding back your ruler like that, okay? And mark here, right? Okay? Put the same measurement all the way through down to the ankle, okay? So the measurement is 8 1/4, so I measure 8 1/4 here as well, okay? 8 1/4 there. Okay. Okay, on the knee line, 8 1/4. Okay. And on the ankle line, 8 1/4 as well. Go ahead and draw a straight line going all the way down, okay? Now for the rest of the horizontal measurements, my thigh circumference divided by 2, 16. So I mark 8 inches on either side. 8 inches on either side of this straight line here, okay? On my knee line, divide by 2, I get 12. So I mark 6 inches on either side of the line, okay? Like that, okay? And then mark here at 6 inches. And then on the ankle, my ankle line divided by 2 is going to give me 8 inches. So I'm going to mark 4 inches on either side, like that, okay? There we go, and here. Right, I'm going to now connect these points to shape the trousers. Just watch what I'm doing, okay? You're going to need your curved ruler and your straight ruler. Right, starting with that, okay? You're going to need your curve, right? Okay, take your straight ruler, you can smoothen out the corners later. Okay, draw a line like that. Okay, so I'm going to smoothen out that one, make it a straight line. Okay, right? Okay, and then get your straight ruler again, draw a straight line like that. Okay, this end like that. Connect those 2 points. Okay, and then connect that point to this point here. Okay, you see that point? Okay, connect that to the crotch. Okay, you see now it's taking shape, as you can see. Now you can go ahead and do the curves properly, like here. Smoothen the curve here. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. As you can see, you can now see the shape of the trousers. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to do the dart. Okay, for the dart, you're going to find the midpoint of this line here. Okay, by just folding back the tape measure to that line. Okay, and mark, that's the midpoint. Okay, you go down 4 inches for the dart and you mark. Okay, and then the dart is going to be 1 inch wide, so you mark 1/2 inch on either side like that, here and there. Okay, and then go ahead and draw the dart for the front panel. Midpoint. Right, so that's the dart for the front panel. Okay, now you're going to add the hem to the trouser. That's the last thing I'm going to do. To add the hem, all I do is to determine how long the hem I want. I want it to be 2 inches, so I measure 2 inches here and mark. Okay, 2 inches, put a mark, 2 inches there. Okay, and put a mark. And then when I've done that, I go ahead and draw a straight line. Okay. Right. Okay, so before I connect this straight away, what I do is I cut along this line first. Get your scissors, cut along that line. Okay. Okay, once you've done that, you fold this back along that line. Okay. Okay, once you've folded back like that, the next thing you are going to do is to draw a straight line like that, what I'm doing here. Okay, and you see that, draw a straight line here and draw another line there. Okay. Okay, right, you can only do this if you don't have a tracing paper like what I'm doing here. You go ahead and cut along there, okay? So you can just go ahead and enhance through that cutting line like I'm doing here. Look, just draw along that cutting line there, just over the line that you've cut, okay? Like that. You're going to need it to do your seam allowances, okay? The next thing I'm going to do now is just to go ahead and do 1/2 inch seam allowance all around my pattern, okay? Okay, I'm going to do the same all the way around, okay? Then we'll come back and do the back panel. So this is the front, okay? Now back is very simple. All you do is pin the front on a fresh pattern paper and trace it out like I have done all the way to the ankle, making sure those lines are matching, because these are going to be your notches and you match them when you cut out your fabric. So that's the front panel in blue, okay? So we're going to be using this to make our back panel. The first thing you are going to do is to measure 2 inches on the crouch line from the crouch point of the front panel here, okay? And measure and mark it, okay? And then you go down by 1/2 inch and mark. Okay, go up here, get the midpoint of these 2 lines, this line here and that line, by just folding back the tape measure as I'm doing now, and mark. Okay, can you see that? Measure that distance here from the crouch point of our front, which is in blue, to this point here, okay? Mine is 3.1, okay? Take that measurement, go up 3.1 from this point here, okay? Like that. Okay, so we've got that point marked, the midpoint, and we went up 3.1 inches, which is equal to the distance from here to there, okay? And we measured 2 inches from here to there and went down 1/2 inch, okay? So the next thing we are going to do is to draw the back crouch by joining that point here to that point, okay? So go ahead, get your ruler and connect those 2 points. Okay, the next thing you are going to do is to measure the waistline of our front panel from here to there, okay? It's 10.5 inches. So you are going to measure 10.5 inches, slanting your tape measure as I'm doing, okay? Until you touch the waistline here, okay? Which is right there. And put a mark, okay? Get your ruler and draw the new back waistline. That's where it is going to be now. Okay? Get the midpoint of this line again by measuring, by putting your tape measure as I'm doing there, okay? Fold it back to that point. That's the midpoint, okay? After doing that, you're going to draw a line parallel to that line here, okay? Like that. Okay? Once you've done that, you go ahead and do the back dart. which is going to be 1 inch wide. So you mark 1/2 inch on either side like I'm doing, and it's going to be 5 inches long. So you go down 5 inches on that line and mark. Go ahead and draw the dart for the back. The next thing you are going to do, measure 1 inch on the hip line from that point here to here, okay? 1 inch. Measure 1 inch on the crotch line going out, 1 inch on the thigh line, 1 inch on the knee line, okay? So you draw a curve to the hip line and then carry on drawing 1 inch away from this line up to the ankle. That's what I'm going to do now. So that's the outer seam done. For the inseam, we are going to do the same thing. Measure 1 inch on the thigh line here, okay? Put a mark. Come to the knee line, same thing. Right. And then connect those points. That point, and that point. Get your ruler, join the points. Now I've added 2 inches hem allowance like I did on the front, okay? And cut along that line. Fold back the hem. The next thing I'm going to do now is just to go ahead and cut out our back pattern. That's basically the back pattern piece, okay? I can label it back. That's going to be our grain line, okay? And don't forget your notches. Okay, this should match with the front. The hip line, thigh line, the knee line, and the ankles, okay? These are going to be our notches. Very important. Okay? And we're going to cut 2 of these. So I'm now going to go ahead and cut it out. So that concludes our video, okay? So this is our front and that's our back panel for the female trousers pattern block, okay? So thank you very much for watching.